And you know what? I thought the show was awesome. I thought the show was awesome. I had a great time with it. I watched it all in one sitting. I think most of the episodes are great. The only one that I didn't enjoy all that much was the Pac-Man episode. But every other episode I thought was very enjoyable. The animation is incredible. I thought it was a fantastic show. I think my top three were the Unreal Tournament, Armored Core, and the Warhammer. Or no, Crossfire. Crossfire. I think the Crossfire one was fucking great. But yeah, so Unreal Tournament, Crossfire, and Armored Core were my top three. But again, I thought as a whole it was a pretty cool show. Again, Pac-Man was the only one that I didn't really enjoy. All the other ones I thought were great. I think my favorite out of all of them was Unreal Tournament. That episode was awesome. I thought that episode was fantastic. Just like that whole episode was like this pulsating techno score. It has a cool story about an robot uprising. So I thought Unreal Tournament stole the show for me personally. I think a lot of people, what I've seen so far, enjoyed Warhammer the most. And Warhammer was dope too. That was a great episode, but I think Unreal Tournament was probably my favorite. I thought Crossfire was great too. I don't know a goddamn thing about Crossfire, but that episode was a lot of fun. It's basically like two sets of soldiers. One has a mission to get a man in a briefcase to a certain location, and the other group of soldiers are trying to stop them. And it all takes place in a rainy, windy city. I don't know where the pedestrians are. It look like an abandoned city. I don't really know. I don't know the story of Crossfire, but it's basically two sets of soldiers, two separate squads, battling each other in an empty city. There's part of it right here. But yeah, I thought Crossfire was fantastic. Yeah, I guess Saifu. That one was really short. I want to say Saifu was like 8 minutes. That one was okay. Not too much of a story. That episode was more like, this is what the Saifu game is. But again, I'm wondering if people who don't play video games will enjoy this. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to talk to somebody who doesn't play video games and watch this and see if they had a good time. Because you could watch, if you've never played a video game and you're watching something like Saifu, do you understand what the game is? I understand that you probably know what's going on in the show, but like, are you like, oh, is this what the game is? You just die and come back and you get older as you go. It's a roguelike? Like, I don't think people are making those connections. So it'd be interesting to hear, people's opinions who don't play video games, whether or not they would like this show. Yeah, the only big critique I have of the show, especially when you compare it to Love, Death, Robots, is that a lot of these, from an animation standpoint, kind of feel the same. There's not a whole lot of variety in style. Whereas you look at something like Love, Death, Robots, there is a lot of variety in style. Luckily, you had Saifu, which looked a little different, but other than that, all the animation looked kind of similar-ish. I don't know. I'm assuming that every single one of these shorts are made by a different studio in terms of the animation studios. But if you were to tell me it was done by the same animation studio, then I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. But my assumption is that they're all different. But they do feel kind of the same. There's not a whole lot of variety. Although I'm looking at this trailer, it looks like Spelunky's coming up, and that looks like a different animation variety, so that's good. So yeah, 8 episodes out. We still got 8 next week. The 8 next week, I think, is like Mega Man, Spelunky. I think there's Concord, which I can't wait to watch Concord. What else? I think there's one that just, yeah, they run through them all. Outer Worlds. But yeah, not a bad start. So yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this thing. I enjoyed the hell out of this show. I can't wait for more. I want to see Mega Man. I hope Mega Man's dope. That's the one that I want to see in the next season. This season for me was Armored Core because I love From Software, and I loved Armored Core last year. It was one of my favorite games of the year. And that one did not disappoint. Keanu Reeves is an Armored Core. So yeah, next week I want to see Mega Man. That's the one I'm looking forward to. It was also cool too to see like some of these games that most of these I've heard of. Even if I haven't played them, I know what they are. But the one that I hadn't heard of, let me go back to the listing here. It's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Was it New World? New World, I don't know what that is. I had to look it up. It's like an Amazon, I think it's an MMO. But as I was watching that New World episode, I was like, this is awesome. Like that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays such a fun character. It wasn't my favorite episode of the bunch, but his character was a blast to watch and very funny. I was laughing a lot. And then I looked at what the video game was. I was like, oh, this is not for me. Not for me. I probably will never play this. But it made me want to play Saifu. I've had Saifu on my PlayStation Plus for so long. I love roguelites. I don't know why the hell I haven't started Saifu, but yeah, this game kind of piqued my interest. Like, man, I need to get on that fucking Saifu. So yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Curious to know what you guys think. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? I had a blast with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a great show to sit or watch in one sitting because they're all very short. Like I said, some of them are 8 minutes, some of them are 20. I think Crossfire was 20, Warhammer was like 15, I think Armored Core was like 12 or 15, so they're not very long. And it's cool, you can watch them out of order. Yeah, this Pac-Man one was not my favorite. Dungeons & Dragons was a fun way to start. I thought that one was pretty solid. It was a solid opening. Although you probably could have started with Armored Core. Like out the gate, have the Keanu Reeves Armored Core as your first episode. I wonder if that would have been a stronger way to open the season than Dungeons & Dragons. But yeah, can't wait for next week. I want more. I hope they keep doing it. I want to see more video games being represented this way. I want to see some... I'm assuming that we're probably never going to get anything from Nintendo, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, maybe see something from like God of War or Horizon or Uncharted, Halo, Gears, a Forza, a racing one would be fun. Gran Turismo would be fun. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where they go from here, but a solid start. A solid start. So yeah, I recommend Secret Level if you have Amazon Prime, and if you have a tiny bit of interest in video games, I think it's worth a shot. Even if you don't play video games, I think there's still some, something here to enjoy. Even if you don't understand the context or what these games are, I think you could still have a good time. Although I'd be curious that if you don't play video games and you watched it, what your opinion is. Did you like it? Did you not like it? But yeah, if you've played a lot of these games, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so again, just to recap, I think my favorite were Unreal Tournament, Crossfire, and Armored Core, and Unreal Tournament was my favorite out of all of them. We'll see if it remains my favorite when they drop the next 8 episodes next week. I think it's Tuesday. Next Tuesday we'll get another 8. But yeah, highly recommend this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. So give it a watch. Let me know what you think of the show. And yeah, hope you like it as much as I did. Although I don't think it's as good as Love, Death, Robots. I want to put that out. I think Love, Death, Robots is still a better show. Because, again, of the variety. I think there's a lot of variety in that show. But also, I think there's 3 seasons of Love, Death, Robots, so there's also just a lot that you can watch right now if you've never seen Love, Death, Robots versus this, which are just 8 episodes. A lot of them feel kind of the same animation-wise. So, yeah, I do think Love, Death, Robots is the stronger of the 2, but that doesn't mean that this isn't worth watching. I think it's a blast. Yeah, give it a watch. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun and it's short. How about that? You don't have to watch fucking 30 hours of a season. You can just watch it in, hour and a half. You're done. You're in, you're out. And go enjoy it. You're paying for the fucking thing. Watch it.